being killed. We not getting the rights we're supposed to have in our cities, being the police, the politicians, the school system, which sucks here, and all this other stuff. You're not going to do it by just protesting, blaming people and pointing fingers. They've been through this for hundreds of years, just like we've been enslaved for hundreds of years. What you have to do is stop funding their cause. White people know our money better than we do ours. Once you move 1%, which is $10 billion, black people, every time we move 1% from the white people and put it back in our community, that's $10 billion. What we need to do is stop spending our money with white folks, at least redirect, because I know y'all not going to stop going to Walmart as a whole. Redirect some of your funds, if nothing but 10%, to a quality, understand what I'm saying, a quality black-owned business that has made a commitment to support you, your children, and your community. That's the way you make something done. So when the callers call in and say, what we're going to do, here's the strategy right now. Stop giving them all of your money.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
okay.
I want to say something.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think we have too, in this group and in the larger community, we have a problem that must be resolved.
Okay.
The theory of if we took $1 million, $1 trillion, and brought it to ourselves, we beat, at one time, we beat the largest nation of past Canada. If we took our money, you can't take your money, all right, unless you win the fight to free your people.
Yes.
Now, if you saying that you don't need to, I want to break this up. You said that you don't need to protest or war, if you want to call it that, or demonstrate and put yourself in a position where you gonna take life and you willing to give life to be free. You ain't gonna ever be able to take your money.
Yes.
It ain't no such thing as announcing to your people, stop spending. Show me the man who is gonna get out there and do
Yes.
this, and then people are gonna follow.
Yes.
And if you are afraid, let me tell you, the theory of what we could do with our money means nothing. Because a theory, but a theory that has not been subjected to a practice is nothing but a false statement.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
All
Listen,
right.
we've got several things going on here right now. Kakayu, you wanted 10 seconds. You still want it?
What?
You still want the 10 seconds?
All I wanted to say is that.
Wait,
Hold on.
real quick, Kakayu, then we're going to the phone.
Yeah, all I wanted to say is that I just named a few reasons why we don't support each other, but one of the main reasons, Brother Omar and I was talking, is that we do some of the craziest, we do so many stupid things with our money.
Yes.
With the alcohol, with the drugs,
Yes.
we need to learn how to spend our money also.
Okay, yeah, that was Nelly put that song out. It's getting hot in here.
Keep the clothes on.
All right, let's go to the phone.
They just,
They on that?
let's see. Is this back? Go ahead, call you on air.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, brother? This brother Taylor.
Come on in, Taylor. We've been waiting for you,
I've been
brother.
listening to y'all and everything, man. First, I want to say this much, man. I really thank God. Dr. Richard, he's a great inspiration to me, especially when it comes to doing something and not just sitting down. But the thing that I disagree with you all is the fact, man, that all I'm hearing about is white folks and police brutality. But why is it that we're not paying attention? So the police is not killing our people, like our own people are killing each other. And yet we already know why they're doing it. But at the same time, I mean, I'm so full of anger, man, I can't even hardly express myself. We so blinded by racism that we don't even see the part of what we really need to do. I don't give a doggone about Obama and nobody else's choices and reasons when it comes down to the fact that we got 11.5 million illegal immigrants in America that they just approved to stay here while we as black folks don't have jobs. Now, you got folks protesting and all this other stuff about police brutality, but have we really looked at the case? Can we really say, really folks, people were murdered by the police officers, or can we say that some of these cases were cases where police basically defended themselves or these people committed crimes? What about the lady man just got shot in the back by those who committed these crimes? We're not even dealing with the true issues. We're not even dealing with what's causing our people to commit these crimes. They can't get jobs. They brother sit up and go at it. He talked, so he got action with it. That's why I don't mind putting my life on the line with it. But let me tell y'all what I suggest. I suggest what we do is everybody come together, get the whole United States to protest against the whole Iceland that Obama has put on the cake. See, the cake was baked before he got there, but he put the icing on it. And when you get through with it, everybody talks all this high intelligent stuff. But what would happen if we as black men could get some jobs? We don't have them. We can talk all about black folk need to spend their money with black folk, but every time you turn around, I'm not saying all the black businesses.
Okay.
Government control and all these folks. Just
All right.
Thank you, Brother Tatum.
Okay, I'm finna shut down. You know what? They charge more money to us than a lot of these foreigners do. You see? So, bottom line, I'm finna shut it down.
Shut it down.
Don't nobody deal with the fact that we talk all about how the police are killing our people, but what about our people killing each other?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, he said quite a bit. Seems to me that I heard him talking about a comprehensive analysis, and that included some of the things about African Americans that maybe some do not want to hear. And maybe some of what he's saying is true, and maybe some of it is not. Omar, I want to go to Jeffrey and then come back to you. Jeffrey, see if you can break into some of that. You need to be a little bit more specific.
Breaking news.
All right, just to respond, and I don't all the way disagree with you, Taylor.
Okay.
You know, we do. There are certain things that we do that is that we play right into our enemy's hands. It's kind of hard for some people to justify talking about racism when it seems as if we're killing ourselves. But I always try to ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. If that is the reality that we should be more interested in us killing ourselves, well, we got to ask ourselves, why are we killing ourselves? Is it because we just, we were born just to hate each other? Those people who make those kind of, who have that type of behavior patterns to where they want to persecute and violate other black people? Or was that behavior also taught to them? And if that, and I would almost argue as a sociologist that, all behavior is learned behavior. So where do they get those kind of behavior patterns from? So,
Okay. Brother Omar, you had something you wanted to say, but I really would like to hear you respond to some of what Jeffrey said, and in terms of where did this behavior come from. He touched on some things in response to what Brother Tatum said. So,
Yeah.
do a couple of things.
Yeah, he touched on
Address
some
your
things
point.
that I was going to say.
Okay, go ahead. Go right ahead.
If you look at the murder rate in America, black folks killing black folk is black on black crime. But if you look at the white folks, 85% of the murder victims that are white are killed by white folks. So they don't talk about white on white murder rate. They always emphasize our murder rate. In 2012, there was somewhere around 18,000 murders in this country. And about half of them was us, which means we kill each other out disproportionately. But it's because of the value system that we have lost, and because of the availability of guns. In Japan, a country with 127 million people, in 2012, they only had 11 murders. And that's because you can't buy a handgun, and you can't buy a rifle or a shotgun without going through a mental evaluation test, a background check, and a physical every 2 years. And then you got to keep the shotgun locked up in one room in a box, and the bullets locked up in another room. Even the police don't take their guns home. When they leave work, that's a work too. It stays at work. 127 million people, and then that's the normal murder rate. Now, if we went to that kind of culture, because we lost our culture, we got a toxic culture from the European.
That brings me to my next question.
Okay.
The question of culture. Let's talk specifically about, we have Dr. Richmond. It's 12:13. Who's mathematically equipped? How many minutes do we have left? 17? 17. American culture.
Well,
You want to,
no, I want to speak to this crime in black on black.
Then I want to go to Ms.
crime thing. if you will notice, during the uprising, we call it civil rights movement, when the movement was going on, and with Dr. King, and the fight was going on, whether it was Chicago, the crime rate, the black on black crime rate went down to 0, which means that when we are engaged in dealing with the enemy, all right, then we move from ourselves. But see, when we're afraid to confront the enemy, whether it's in religion or whether it's whatever, then what we do, we turn on ourselves. He becomes the enemy. If he steps on my shoe, I'm ready to kill him. The man who's been stepping on my head all day long, I'm not going to do anything. So to bring an end to some of that means that the people who are oppressed must be engaged in a fight for freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a simple way of putting it. Because this happened in the land of Goshen, they were fighting and killing each other. I mean, in any situation, in China, they were fighting and killing each other when they were under the domination of colonialism or whatever you want in South Africa, same thing. But then when you get involved in a fight for freedom, you don't kill your brother because y'all become comrades and brothers in a common cause. And that's where we have failed our people by saying we don't need to get in. Yes, we do need to get involved in a fight, an open fight.
Okay. Brother Jeffrey, Dr. Richmond just said something. In sociological terms, what you all just described is called frustration communication theory, where we turn on each other. Is that about right? So we have, Pat wants to close and go into some other things at 12:20. That means we only have 5 minutes. But I want to get more into American culture. European culture really needs to be examined and analyzed to take a close look at the flaws and how we African Americans buy into that flawed system and culture. Ms. Clark, you want to say something? We've got 4 minutes. We've got 4 minutes and shucks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. We got a call on the line?
Yeah, we got a call on the line.
Do we have time?
We got
it. Come on, caller. Come on, let's take time. They said let's take time. Come on, caller.
Hey, this is Mary.
Hey, Mary.
It's really wonderful. All the things are in this. It's everything we
Give us your last name, Mary.
I have.
Mary, what's your last name? Who?
That is about the church,
Okay.
the religions, and all of those things that we aspire to spiritually because we are your people. How are we going to get this, we spend lots of money in the church, and then originally we used to, the churches were our foundation for revolution. What are we doing now to deal with this whole religious thing and our spirituality and getting this message and information?
Thank you, Mary. We're short on time. Ms. Clark, you said something. And then Dr. Richmond. What did you just say? Getting pimped in the...
Yeah, that the people are being pimped.
Oh, okay.
The churchgoers, they're being pimped by the preachers.
Come on.
By these pastors. And the Bible says that you are first a listener, then you become a doer. And here it is, we listen and we go to church every Sunday, every week, 2-3 days a week, and we listen. But what are we doing? We're giving the pastors all of our money, and then we cry because we don't have nothing. How can we help our community if we're not directing our funds?
Okay. Right.
Yes.
Real quick.
One statement.
We use this word passive has come up. Dr. Richmond, has African American people been lulled into a state of passivity as a result of going to the church every Sunday and listening to these preachers?
I was trying to follow you from culture to festivity to the lady that just come on.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do it in one statement.
Yes, sir.
We are opening in April.
Yes.
the Abyssinia Spiritual Temple. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the movement to institutionalize what spirituality is and what church ought to mean. And we're going to institutionalize it in the Bakehampton community. And we're going to be asking all of us who are going to the slave concentration camps on Sunday to join in, and let's build a spiritual movement like we're trying to build a unity movement here on this podcast. That's my response to what are you doing about it that Mary asked.
To Mary's question.
That's what we're trying to do.
Right, to her question.
All right.
It's now 12:19, approaching 12:20. Pat, we have another panelist.
She just got his sound, yeah. This is
Miss
Anita
Wiley.
Wallace.
Anita Wiley, we're pressed
Hello.
for time. You want to
I'm
try to
so sorry.
get...
I am so sorry. I'm Anita Wiley from Memphis, Houston, Chicago,
Okay.
Senegal, Africa.
We're about to close out.
Okay.
We're about to close.
Would you like to say something now?
I would.
Please.
What I would like to say is that I want to know what Shelby County is going to do about the killing of our black boys and men.
Okay.
I want to know, do the public know what's going on? But as watching the TV, I see that there's a lot of other groups of people that want to join in the protest and the demonstration and the cause. So I saw that they have a protest downtown. I was thinking that we should bring it closer and make it more convenient for some of the other groups that want to join us.
Okay.
Maybe we can go closer to Germantown or go into Germantown and Collierville. So the Germantown and Collierville people that want to support the cause don't have to go all the way downtown. I mean, why do we have to have only one location? I mean, this is a big thing that's happening in America to our young and old black men. They don't mess with the women. They only mess with the men because the men has the seed to multiply. The women, we're just hosts, but without the male seed, we can't multiply. So I think everybody knows what they're doing, but not so many of us, but a lot of us do know. So let's do something about it. Come out and join us at CORE Movement. What's the number to CORE? Or call me, no, call me.
What's your number? They don't want to go to Omar, we're out of time.
901-921-0147. Have a happy Sunday, Shelby County.
Omar, and then Pat, by then you'll be ready, won't you? She said something that came out of some of your statements earlier about media and certain things not being reported. Devastating stuff that happens to African Americans is being reported by media. But you pointed out that some devastating things happen in European communities. No, the opposite, being reported on our end, but not being reported as far as Europeans are concerned, is what you said. Then she brought up the point that a lot of people don't know a lot of things. So say something about getting the word out. Let's simplify it by saying getting the word out. Is that a simple way to put it?
We need to control our media, because when we don't have control over the media, we don't have control over the thinking of the people that listen to the media. When they talked about Trayvon Martin, they said here's a child that was suspended from school 3 times. But when they talked, here's a person in Lubbock, Texas, who killed 3 of her colleagues and wounded 3 others. And they said she was the suspect was brilliant, but a social misfit. They talk about her positive attributes, even though she's a murderer. And that's consistently being done.